Okay, this is about the last video in this series, so let me show how to do the last couple of things. Under dashboard, I've shown post, pages, and events. Galleries, pretty self-explanatory, but I'm not really going to touch testimonials or that other slider. So if you go back to theme options, you can edit. Here you can edit just like the general looks of the site. So from the color to the font, all that you can edit by yourself, and everything there is pretty self-explanatory. Let's go to the media library. Is where everything that's considered media is stored on WordPress. And then over there to the right, you will see the URL. That's the Universal Resource Locator. So that once you type that in, you can always refer back, and that picture will pop up. You can, under appearance, you can go to themes. This is where you can customize. Again, we can further customize what the site looks like. So you can change the header color, you can change the header logo. Now on the bottom here where it says add a static front page, well, the static front page is the home page as I have set it to be, and then there's also a post page, which in the previous video I explained was the news page, and so that's going to show up in like a scrolling, updatable kind of format. Now let's go to widgets, which is a little bit complex, but nothing too outlandish. There you see the default sidebar, and then here the footer column. So let me show you what that relates to on the actual page. So on the bottom of the page you have the footer. This is that gray area right there. So in footer column 1 I have the social links. Column 2 I have an upcoming events scroller, and column 3 I have text. So you can see there column 2 is upcoming events, column 3 is text. And that text you can edit by clicking that drop down and just edit it. Now the sidebar, which I have created, includes a subscribe, tell a friend, and also events. So let's scroll up to a page and see how that applies to a page. So the sidebar, which appears on most pages, you can see the email, input, tell a friend, and upcoming events. Now I can add or delete widgets from the sidebar. So for example, let me grab this search widget. I'm just going to drag and drop it into my sidebar. And then let me show you how that fits. Refresh the page, and we'll go back up. There it is. I now have a search bar in my sidebar, and since I don't really want that, I can take it out. But you can put anything you want in, and there's a huge choice of widgets. Whatever you want can be put into the sidebar. And then the plugins, it's a bit more complex, but it's just more code written by third parties. You can use to edit your website. You can add new plugins. Just search the web and it'll pop up whatever you need. So whether it's a translator or a calendar or a subscriber list, things that'll come up as you need them, kind of thing. Okay, what's next? What can I show? Let's go to a blank page, one that I haven't edited very much yet. Okay. Let's go to media. I don't think I've touched the media page. Okay. So go up to edit page, and I will show this part of the video. I'm going to show how to use that top section. It's called the kitchen sink. Over there you can add media, so you can add pictures, videos, whatever you want to show up on the page. Let me throw in some text real quick. I've been using that as a spacer. If you want to sectionalize the page into different sections, that button right there will insert a line break, and I've used that on a few pages. It just it just works really well aesthetically. Okay, let's go ahead and delete that. just take it out and then show a few other things. Okay, I think I also showed in the previous video that just changing the sizes, so if I wanted to put in a heading, I just click there and pick heading 4, and then the default type is called paragraph, that's the default text. And so let me put in some generic text real quick, and in this part of the video I'm going to show how to write stuff down in columns, or how to input data in columns, because it helps the legibility when things are in columns, as in the reader doesn't have to strain their eyes all the way across the screen to see it. So I'm just going to copy this text, just generic nonsense, and then create that. And so over there to the far right you will see columns. So what you want to do is make sure that it's in paragraph first, and then click columns. I want to make 2 columns, so I click 2, and then I want to make sure that I insert the text that I want in the column in between those 2 bracketed items, like that. And then it's gonna mess up the formatting a little bit, so I can always go back and edit it to what it needs to look like. So there, that way we get it a little more, a little less nonsensical. And I'm going to show another example of that. Before you put in code, you want to make sure it's in paragraph. Go to columns, 1/2 last. Specify that you want last because that's what's going to push it to the right hand side of the page. Copy your text and put it in between the 2 bracketed items, and then again just reformat it to what you want it to look like. For the sake of uniformity, all the pages have sidebars except for a few, like the home page. So insert the sidebar, update, and let's go ahead and view the page now. The media page I just worked on, and there you have it. There's a column on the left and another one on the right. Let's see, what else can I show real quick? You can insert an events calendar, which I will do pretty soon here. But all you have to do is click events. That way what it inserts is like a calendar on a page. That way it's not a scroll. It's like the viewer can see the entire month in one view. So I can see how that would be beneficial. There are also several other little buttons you can play with, like the to top button. I found that to be pretty useful. If you have a relatively long page, you can just insert that button, and what it does is it'll create a link at the bottom of your page. That way when the user is scrolling all the way down through your text, you can just click that and it shoots it back to the top of the text, or the top of the page. So I found that pretty useful. Another thing I found pretty useful is this help forum, help.filmoholics.com. So put that into your browser, click login. I'll send you the login information in a private email later. So yeah, that's it. Any questions? Just ask.